George Francisco, Cub reporter for the Gus Summers In Show, and here with the beautiful, talented, incredibly nice Jen Araki to discuss her starring role in Kill Her Not Me. Jen, I understand that the director of the film could be somewhat of a tyrant.
That was a really amazing introduction. You made me feel special. I feel like you should be a host now. I think you have a new career.
We don't want me on this side of the camera. This is work.
No, we not want any evidence.
No, none. But this is Jen, was one of the lead actresses in Kill Her Not Me, and she was a treasure to work with for not only being very professional, but being one of the hardest working actresses I've ever been around. And she informed a role that could have fallen into a very two-dimensional character in less capable hands by what she did. And she was consistently working, so it made my job very easy. So why don't we find out what went on with Jen's process and how she took this role, which could have been sort of very cartoonish, and turned it into a full-fledged character.
Thank you, George. Well, a little bit of what George was talking about. When I got this role, I was actually really excited about it because it was a challenge for me. Personally, my personality is very opposite than my character, Angela. She's in a sorority, she's the president of a sorority, she's an A-type personality, she's really bossy, she's the mean girl, and I'm very opposite of that. Personally, sororities terrify me. I could never be in one, so my research was a lot of the dynamic and hierarchy of these kind of sororities that I am so unaware about, and also just absorbing all the character work I've done throughout my acting career of the mean girl, and why is someone so mean. And I've kind of took that idea and tried to figure out the vulnerability of a person that has to act this way in order to feel comfortable. So my process with Angela was a lot of really deep thinking, which I could have taken it, like George said, a very different way, a very surface way of the typical mean girl, but I really tried to deepen the whole character and really feel why she acts this way. So later in the movie, when she does become vulnerable, that whole inner self is relieved as actually a weak person who acts very strong all the time. So it was a really amazing experience. I loved every minute of it. I personally love horror films. I've always loved them. I've watched them since I was a little girl. So to be able to work on this character and work with George and the other actresses was just a blessing. And I was just really excited to be given that challenge and really try and soak everything I could about this character with Angela. Yeah.
Fantastic. And Jeff George left you alone there.
George Francisco, Cub reporter for the Gus Summers, so getting fired.
And thanks again. And they can find you on Facebook, Twitter, all those great social media sites?
Yes, absolutely. I'm very simple. My name is @Jen Araki. That's JenAraki is my Twitter, Facebook, as well as Instagram. Yeah. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, thanks for doing all this. Great sport. Thanks again.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. So thank you.